How you doing? Come on in. The Come On In Sports Network invites you to join us for the 9th annual Kelly Mills Fundamentals of Football Camp. This year's camp will be Saturday, June 29th at 9 a.m. at Harrell Playground in New Orleans, Louisiana. Donations are welcome, and if you would like to be a guest speaker, please contact the legendary Coach Rock at 504-417-2529. See you then.
The Come In Sports Network.
Who that nation? How you doing? Come on in. Take a seat. Sit back. Relax. Put your feet up. Grab a drink. And let's talk. Saint football. Y'all know what time it is. Time to keep it real. Let's go. Family, family, family. The doors are now open, so you already know. Come on in. How you doing, family? It's Monday, baby, the first day of the work week. This is your Saints Juice of the Day morning. I'm your host, DOLPH Jackson. I want to welcome everybody in to your Juice of the Day. Well, family, simply put, let's get to it. The New Orleans Saints overhauled their entire coaching staff after the 2023 season. In comes Clint Kubiak, and he is tasked with once again revitalizing and bringing back that once explosive and scary New Orleans Saints offense. Kubiak inherits a team that does not lack talent at the skill position. He has young players such as Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, a budding, improving player who came on strong at the end of last season. Many say he was one of the steals of the draft, and A.T. Perry closed out the season last year showing that he just may be that. And all indications so far after OTAs is A.T. Perry is that guy. So you have three young receivers in Olave, Rashid, and Perry. Very talented. The Saints did sign veteran Cedric Wilson to bring some veteran leadership to the locker room. But there's a potential ticking time bomb, not really ticking time bomb. There's a player who could potentially be asking for a trade, and this is courtesy of LWOS. The article is by Mr. Anthony Palacios, and it has to do with current Miami Dolphins and former Kansas City Chiefs and Super Bowl winning wide receiver Tyreek Hill. Get this out your way, family. There we go. Tyreek Hill, family. Share this article with you. Superstar playmaker Tyreek Hill looking for new contract, may seek trade. The team is already facing a lot of questions at the quarterback position after Tagovailoa is in line for a huge payday. It's a matter of when and not if when they finally give the contract that made cliffs past Jared Goff's deal. However, It wouldn't be the worst idea for the Dolphins to take care of Hill's contract, considering they should do it soon. And this is why, family. Because like Hill, Justin Jefferson, CD Lamb, Jamal Chase, and Brandon Ayuk are still waiting to reset the market. Any team that waits longer will be a bad move for them. Lamb said he doesn't mind waiting until Jefferson inks a deal, which could mean the same business for Hill. He may demand a higher payday than Jefferson, so the time's ticking for the Dolphins to make a move now. However, how much would the team have for Hill's contract if they extended Tagovailoa first? The team is facing a lot of tough decisions this offseason to ensure the future success of the roster. The longer they wait to extend Tagovailoa and Hill, the worse it would probably be, as they may demand higher salaries. Here are some potential trade destinations for Hill if, again, this is if Hill decides to move on. And here are some of the trade destinations, family. First off, he starts with the Ravens, who are still looking for a new toy to help accommodate Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman in the slot. However, if they add someone like Hill, then they could move Bateman to give him fewer snaps. Bateman hasn't been productive last season, so the fewer snaps could improve his play. However, the Chiefs could make the biggest swerve this year to bring back one of the consistent playmakers to the mix before he retires. A return to KC? Interesting. He was feeling some type of way when he was missing opportunities for a Super Bowl win the past 2 seasons. He could go back to win another ring before he hangs his cleats. Kansas City still needs some help as Rashee Rice plans to face suspension for his legal troubles. There's no plans. He will be suspended by the NFL. That's once the legal process has totally taken its place, and we'll just have to wait to see how that plays out. And now he brings up the Saints, family, and here's what he says. The Saints are still looking for a solid piece to help Chris Olave. They're still looking for a solid piece to help Chris Olave. Hill's presence will change the scenery for New Orleans, who need a new breath of fresh air. He will be that answer and that speedster they need to reach playoff contention. Okay, first of all, the Saints are still looking for a solid piece. I would say Rashid Shaheed is a solid piece. Would a Tyreek Hill be an absolute gem, an absolute overhaul, or absolute upgrade at that position? You better believe it. Then you bump Rashid Shaheed down to your third receiver. A.T. Perry's your full receiver. And Cedric Wilson as the fifth wide receiver. Not a bad receiving core. You got 3 young, hungry future stars, and playmakers, and Olave, Shaheed, and Perry. You bring in the Super Bowl winning, one of the most explosive, not one of the most explosive wide receiver in the National Football League, and Tyreek Hill. You got the veteran Cedric Wilson. You have veteran leadership. You have youth. And that receiver core to go with Taysom Hill, Alvin Kamara, Kendre Miller, Jawan Johnson. Not bad at all. But again, this is if he decides to ask for a trade. It has not come out that he has asked for a trade. But a Tyreek Hill in the Saints uniform, lining up with Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, A.T. Perry, man, that would certainly be something that opposing defensive coordinators will be staying up a lot of nights trying to form a plan to slow down that arsenal that the Saints would employ. When we come back, family, we'll take a look at one of the young stud receivers the Saints have now, who is just being totally disrespected by PFF. We'll be right back. after this. How you doing? Come on in. The Come On In Sports Network invites you to join us for the 9th annual Kelly Mills Fundamentals of Football Camp. This year's camp will be Saturday, June 29th at 9 a.m. at Harrell Playground in New Orleans, Louisiana. Donations are welcome, and if you would like to be a guest speaker, please contact the legendary Coach Rock at 504-417-2529. See you then. All right, family, we're back. So PFF came out with an article, family, talking about the young receivers in the National Football League, wide receivers, period. And this is courtesy of Saints Wire USA and our brother John Stigler. And let me share that tab with you right here. Let me get me out the way. There we go. Now we roll. So here, Chris Olave. What's going on there? Okay. Chris Olave hasn't gotten enough credit in PFF wide receiver rankings. Let's see where they have Chris ranked. John writes, how is Chris Olave still underrated? The New Orleans Saints wide receiver rolled into the NFL with back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, but he's having trouble getting respect even from those in the know at Pro Football Focus. Back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons to start his career. PFF Sam Monson shared his rankings for the top 32 receivers going into 2024, and they're a mess. It's bad enough that Olave was ranked behind players who haven't even run a route in the NFL. I'm going to read that again. This man, Sam Monson, has Chris Olave ranked behind players who haven't run a route in the NFL. And we'll talk about rookies like Malik Neighbors, Marvin Harrison. He has both of them ahead of Chris Olave. Malik Neighbors 25, Marvin Harrison 21. So you've got Chris Olave not even in the top 15 wide receivers in the National Football League. But Olave is also ranked behind wideouts who have been in the league as long as him without achieving as much as he has, like Drake London and Garrett Wilson. London is still searching for his first 1,000-yard season when Olave is already well over 2,000 yards in his career. Facts. He meaning Olave he's played in 3 fewer games than Wilson. Chris has played in 3 fewer games than Wilson and caught 19 fewer passes, but gained more yards and scored more touchdowns. Man, John does a great job. But man, look, we're talking about Drake London and Garrett Wilson. I'm gonna highlight that, family. I'm gonna highlight that right there. Let's highlight that right there. Drake London, who's ranked ahead of Chris Olave, is still searching for his first 1,000-yard season when Chris is already well over 2,000 yards in his career. And he's played in 3 fewer games than Garrett Wilson, the fine wide receiver for the New York Jets. And by the way, Chris has caught 19 fewer passes than Wilson, but he has gained more yards and scored more touchdowns. So Chris has done more with less. The Offensive Rookie of the Year voters got it wrong in recognizing Wilson over Olave for that award in 2022. And we're still mad about it. Monson ranked Olave all the way down at 27. This man's credentials need to be checked. He's got Chris Olave as the 27th ranked wide receiver out of 32 in the National Football League. But he did have some nice things to say about him. Now, so he gonna throw a little bone, A smooth mover, Chris Olave averaged 2.07 yards per route run last season and has 49 explosive plays over his first 2 seasons in the league. With Derek Carr playing well down the stretch, Olave could have a big year in 2024. He goes on to write, hopefully Clint Kubiak's offense and a more confident car lead to even greater heights for Olave in 2024. But he should already be seen as a top 20 player at his position. I'm with you, John. Just 15 players around the NFL have converted more first downs since he turned pro, and one of them is a tight end, Travis Kelce. I'm going to read that. I'm going to highlight it again. John makes some great points right here, points. Listen, just 15 players around the NFL have converted more first downs since Olave turned pro. One of them is the great Travis Kelce, future Hall of Famer. So, yes, Olave deserves more respect. Let's hope he plays so loud in 2024 that national writers can't keep ignoring him. And this ranking just goes to show you the lack of respect, confidence, and trust that people have in the 2024 New Orleans Saints. And a lot of it has to do at the man that's leading it. And it's just facts. Chris Olave and the New Orleans Saints are looked at as a team that would not achieve high, I'm getting tongue twisted. They're looked at as a team that would not be highly successful this coming season. Why? Because of their coach, Dennis Allen, and the inconsistent up and down play of their quarterback, Derek Carr. So if the 2024 New Orleans Saints are to shut up the national media, who have no faith in this team at all, who are picking them in some publications to have a top 10 draft, to be in the top 10 of the 2025 draft, the New Orleans Saints are going to have to get a significant improvement from their head coach. Most importantly, their quarterback, the offensive system, we're hoping, and play calling should be better, but it's a wait and see. But one thing is for sure, Chris Olave is not the 27 ranked wide receiver in the National Football League. He's definitely in the top 15. So there you go, family. That is your Saints Juice of the day. I'm DOLPH Jackson. This is the Come On In Sports Network. I want to thank you all for joining me. I want you to have a great Monday, a great start to your workday, family. And we will be live, family, this Wednesday on the Keeping It Real Who Dat Sports Podcast, as we will be joined by the host of the Lead Houston podcast. Mr. Dugan will be in the building this Wednesday at 8:00 p.m. Central. And also, not this Thursday, this Wednesday, I'm sure. This Wednesday, I thought I said Thursday, but this Wednesday, family, he will be in the building. We also will be live on the Come On In Sports Network as the NFL turns. Matter of fact, I need everybody to go to the Come On In Sports Network. I need everybody to subscribe there as well. So all my Who Dat Nation family members, we need you to come on over to the Come On In Sports Network channel also and hit that subscribe and like button, family, and let's continue to grow that channel. Of course, the Come On In Sports Network channel is the Keeping It Real Who Dat Sports Podcast, your Saints Juice of the Day, Real Fan Sports hosted by Zach and Nonfiction, Uneducated Sports Talk hosted by Mr. Carlos Clayton, and the Hit Zone hosted by Mr. J Hits and Mr. C Rob. Again, family, enjoy your day, and I want to remind everyone in the greater New Orleans area, Mississippi Gulf Coast, Mississippi, Alabama, June 29th, New Orleans, Louisiana, Harrell Playground, 9 a.m. Kids 5 to 12 years old, It is Coach Rock's 9th annual football camp. It is free. Registration starts at 8 a.m. Again, an hour before the camp starts. Registration will begin at 8 a.m. Bring the kids out. Again, ages 5 to 12. Bring them out. It's going to be a great day. Going to have guest speakers, some surprise guest speakers, and also to the entire Who Dat Nation. Come on out for a meet and greet. You will not only have myself and Coach there, you're going to have Real Fast Sports. Zach is scheduled to be there. The one and only hardest working man on YouTube, Hooded Juby. Hooded will be out there. We're expecting the Godfather of Saints podcast, the one and only Big Q, to make an appearance. It's going to be a great day, family. So come on out and greet us. You see us behind this screen working hard for you. We see you in the chat. We want to meet you in person, family, and break bread. Again, this is June the 29th, New Orleans, Louisiana, at Harrell Playground. And like always, family, as I get ready to get out of here, like always, love and who dat. And I'll see you next time. Have a good one, family. Keeping it real, Who Dat Sports Pod, legendary Coach Rock, Dog 17. Let's rock. Who dat? Boss kick, black and gold. Let's go. First and goal from the one. Best believe we go punch. Punching in, get them punch. With them Saints, watch us march. Down the field, down your throat. Keeping it real, Who Dat Sports. Breaking news, interviews, open lines just for you. Call in, join in, Pale Nation, just win. B.I., Mount Zion, Coach Green, oh my, CJ, JV, Trick or Trade, Jose. Welcome all sports fans. I'm Dolph Jackson, one of the hosts of the Come On In Sports Network, a brand new sports network catered to sports heads like yourselves. Here on the Come On In Sports Network, we'll be covering the latest topics and current sporting news from around the world, such as baseball, football, basketball, and more. So sit back, relax, put your feet up, and come on in. How you doing? Come on in. The Come On In Sports Network invites you to join us for the 9th annual Kelly Mills Fundamentals of Football Camp. This year's camp will be Saturday, June 29th at 9 a.m. at Harrell Playground in New Orleans, Louisiana. Donations are welcome, and if you would like to be a guest speaker, please contact the legendary Coach Rock at 504-417-2529. See you then.